Hello, everyone, and today we continue to talk about scanning and yeah. This morning I solved 3 or 4 puzzles, and I could not record video because of some troubles with my computer or internet. Who knows? And now I'm just will share to you missing points and the way I took decisions. Several puzzles I could solve just in a few minutes. Like three of them I just solved automatically without even thinking, and based on simple patterns recognition. Like it's quite advanced. It were advanced patterns, but yeah. Let's start with simple, which I saw from the beginning. This one is quite nice, and yeah, it took very little time to solve it. So in this position, first we need to evaluate, and we have we have knight and bishop against the rook, but opponent has 3 pawns too. But it's very shaky position because too many pieces are looking towards the king. And the first my idea were like first my impression were maybe it's too nice pattern, because when you have two knights kind of cannot stay on one square. Yes, and usually when you have 2 knights, you immediately look how to sacrifice one, like knight h2 or some way to sacrifice another one. Or it's already sacrificed, yeah. But I quickly understood if I move this knight away, this pawn is hanging straight and nothing to do, and there's eventually this trick too. So I started to notice these squares around the king as always. What else here can be hanging like rooks obviously can also be, and queen hanging because I have knights, and but mostly all these squares. And my idea were like yeah, my idea. Oh, of course, I spot rook g3, knight h2 as a first moves. Yeah, and active defensive tricks. Like why is it not just winning after rook takes g3? This is the question. And yeah, and as I remember, I also had another candidate idea, but I don't remember exact what. So here is obviously all of that we need to see, but here is a little trick which I didn't spot immediately. Like if we scan it, this one, when we move rook to when we because you need to see how pieces can move to the critical squares, and one of the way how queen can move to this way is through this square, which is blocked by the rook. So after g3, there is also queen c8, nice maneuver. And I also understood like main active defense is knight a5 attacking b7, and the acute movement queen c8 is attack and defense simultaneously. Queen b7. When I spotted rook g3 queen c8 idea, I just checked it, and so there is diagonals. We need to check interferences like g4 and queen f5. I checked it, and also a little bit detachment because we don't jump somewhere with the queen. We just jump with the we kind of reject discovery attack. Yes, like we just move from this side, which is nice. And I checked g4 to interfere, but then queen h8. I also, because I mean this is dilly, like say it's Hikaru, yeah. I also spotted very quickly because I know this idea, this maneuver and G4 is drawback because now H4 for permanent weaknesses. And I also looked for the way to interfere shear, and some counterplay shear, but I couldn't find it. So I finally took rook g3, queen c8, queen h8, and it were winning like this poet computer. But the funny point, I thought it's absolutely winning because now knight can come back to h4 again. One more shadow maneuver, like yeah, or f4. But interesting point here, like black has or white has more defensive tricks with g5 opening g4 square for the king. And now after knight g6, king g4, queen h2, king f3, knight h4, king g4. Yes. Yeah, it's quite nice, but it's still winning because of queen h3, king e2, and if I remember it correct, why is it winning? But knight f4, rook takes f4. But wait, what's I forgot it. Knight f4, not rook takes f4. Yeah, why? Wait, it's interesting. What? Queen h2. This is crazy. I didn't remember this one. I didn't check it. What? White is just winning. What? Ah, wait. I just white is just winning. Yeah. So it was wrong idea. Ah, it's knight f4 is right idea or not? No, g5. Where did I? Ah, g5, not knight g6. Knight f5 is the right move. Wow. Yeah, knight f5 is the right movement. The computer assigned earlier. Otherwise, I'm not sure I can understand it here with knight g3, knight f4, sure, at very least. And also b5, and everything is just collapsing. Sure. Okay. Knight f5, not knight g6, which is nice also because initially the idea were to play knight g6, and now again drawback principle is very interesting to notice, like also for scanning. Yes, this pawn moves to g4. Yes, we play back, and now h4 f4 weakened. This pawn play to g5 would be nice to play queen c8 back. It would be just amazing. But now another drawback f5 would like very powerful example of drawback principle. Okay. So what else? Yeah, and after knight a5, I thought about queen c8 if queen b7 takes rook h3, but there is something also because I not like miscalculated it. I did not even imagine it can be that tricky, like knight b7, rook h3, rook takes f3, boom, knight f3, king g2, rook h2, king f3, and king b7, and it's not that clear. Actually, it's not that clear. Like two pawns against two pawns, and unfortunately, it's dark square because now, yeah, it's easier to win, but it's still very tricky. Like it requires a lot of accuracy, and if computer would say here it's draw, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like, yeah, it can be drawn very easily. Some little details, nuances will change it, and just trade the pawns and or something, or fortress, or I don't know, or active king, and it's just automatically drawn. Or maybe not that active rook, something. Yeah, it's. I mean, for me, it's not clear to say it's winning. It's very hard to judge. Yeah, I didn't see. I stopped here with rook h3. I thought it's over, but it's not. Like, it's definitely not over. But there is a stronger option like knight f5 to play just simply rook g7, which I saw from the beginning. but I had bigger attachment to rook c8. Yeah, and now after rook takes f3, by the way, what does it want? Knight takes f3, and it says it's just g1 weak square here, which is also very easy to go around here. Very, very easy. Well, yeah, as a human. But yeah, now g1 weak square and it's double attack. Okay, so the point here, like if we're focusing on the scanning, this idea is just a beast. Yeah. So next puzzle I solved was this one, and this one I solved very quickly because simply it's about prophylaxis. I evaluate pieces here, and the point is, I mean, I did not consider queen a8 at all because the knight is much more powerful defensive piece, and this rook is not really defending anything. So I considered queen d7, and I asked myself, what is the defensive trick for the opponent, and where king wants to be. Yeah, and I understood king wants to stay on h7 square, which is obvious, will become obvious to you when you train yourself a little. Yes, and if you train yourself to see king over pieces, over pawns, you will automatically see like ability to play h6 king h7 or h5 king h7 as defensive trick. And when I understood h6 king h7 is main defensive resource, it's just you can start from candidate's moves and understand it very quickly. It's check, you must check checks, but it's just nice blockade after knight g6 gh. King cannot access h7 anymore, and it's just winning. And yeah, something I calculated this, but I knew bishop just a beast here, and it's all. So computer just resigned, and the surprising thing were it was something like 2980, almost 3000 puzzle, but I mean it's just puzzle racer. Yeah, it's just nothing. If you start from prophylaxis, if you ask yourself what is defensive resource or where blocks can belong to, you will spot it automatically. Maybe it's difficult because if you calculate some candidates ideas, candidates moves, but I don't see how. Why is it difficult? Okay, and the next puzzle were actually a good puzzle, and I actually couldn't solve it. Yeah, and this one is already nice for scanning technique because here we have diagonals, all these diagonals, or this file and this file to attack, and this file to attack, and this diagonal also. So this is attacking and defensive diagonals. Also, f8 square is weak, so we need to see these diagonals. And I recommend you to see full diagonals all the time. Like, look, now I'm drawing diagonal from h3 to f8, and through 2 pawns and even h3 square. And it will help you to see what people never see. All these diagonal. Yes, it seems like, oh, there is the rook, pawn, and e5, g7, h8, how to defend it from through all of that. But like rook d5, queen e5, you will see defensive resource automatically, an example, or somewhere with ideas to defend here. Also, if you see f8 is weak, so I schedule, yeah, you see this diagonal too, like all the ways to access this square, and also interferences here. All of that I noticed. C6 is obviously just hanging, and all the rooks lifts, of course, here. But what did I notice? Main weaknesses were back rank and h7 square. And the ways to defend it also here is very simple. The ways you can attack, you also can defend. Yeah. The same files, the same diagonals. There is no knights, so all the same ideas, and I found Queen f7 makes a lot of sense because it's a kind of double attack, Queen h5 and bc8. And I started to calculate, and first I checked the active defensives like Queen f7, Rook d1, but I found there is interference with bb1, and we still threatening Queen f8 and simultaneously defend. I was happy with this idea, and after Rook d8, I thought I can play. I thought I can continue to play with like Queen h5 or Queen f5, probably Queen h5. b1 hangs, but I'm not sure I saw b1 is hanging. Yeah, maybe I missed this. Queen f5 and probably, yeah, yeah, probably I saw Queen h5 and it's b1 at some point. I remember this happened, and the nice so I saw this bb1, and I thought it's something like Rook d8, and there also a nice idea is bc8, the strategy. Yeah, also nice. And I thought Rook d8 is best way to prevent it, but then something like Queen h5, g6, bg6, and I thought about these two moves, and I didn't like after Rook g7, I didn't like this this rook's hangs, but after Rook a7, I didn't like this rook's hangs. So whenever rooks are disconnected, there are more weak, more tactical abilities. And if we put rook to d7 square, this bishop can attack it. And if this rook, there is some double attacks with this one. And I thought about Rook d7. I thought stronger because d8 rook is hanging all the time in variations, and I was thinking about Queen h6, maybe Rook g7 interference bring to defense, and bh7, like if Rook h7, Rook f8, and now bishop coming back, and it has to be winning. Yeah, what did not I see? What did not I see? This is all correct, but what did not I see? I didn't see interference, like with b8, which is quite nice. It's just winning. Yeah. And the nice, the thing I missed, which is very, very important, the first is Queen f7. Yeah, I saw bc2, Queen f5. Yes, I saw it as an option, but I thought Queen f7 is winning. And what did I miss? Queen f7. I missed amazing thing. Like I thought Queen f8 is the threat, and I didn't see how to defend against it. But there is this nasty move, Rook g8. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, this nasty move with the Rook g8. This I missed absolutely, this defensive trick. Like the threat was Queen f8, and I thought there is no g6 h6, and it's just winning. But Rook g8 and nothing to do. Like Queen f8 doesn't work, Queen g8 doesn't work. Another cool thing I missed were even after bb1 with the idea Queen f8, there is what did I also miss? I remember there were even after Rook d8, Queen f5, I missed this idea, Queen b1. Yeah, Queen b1 and bc8, b6. This pawn is very strong, and bishop and knight and rook can fight this position very well with this powerful pawn. Yeah. And what I simply missed was Rook g8 defensive resource, which is just amazing. This is quite nice. In some variations, I also missed Queen a2, Queen g8, Queen a2, Queen g8 defensive resource, which I evaluated from the beginning. But what I also missed in the initial position, I even noticed it when I when I write the name, yes, usually I write the name for the puzzle to name the core pattern which I missed. And which I missed here were like queen f7. I thought it's double attack. Queen f8, queen h5, like this double threat. But which I completely missed. This is already hanging pawn, which I saw, yes, and x-ray to a6. This is already attack, yes, and when I play bc2, it's also double attack because c6 is already hanging, and queen f5 is another threat, which is the point is, why didn't I like bc2? It was rook d1. Yes, I didn't like it, but the point here is c6 is hanging. Boom. And a6 is also hanging. Yeah, but queen d8, wait, and this is 6-7 winning, which is not that simple to evaluate. Like, yeah, but because this bishop, if there is no this bishop, maybe it's good position for block. It just blockade rook. Yeah, and d6, and yeah, it's winning by evaluation, which is hard, by the way. I mean, yeah, not that simple. Not that simple. Just pieces are so bad. Yeah, and it's easy to play queen f7, very easy. It's very logical, and actually hard to play bc2. But the point is, like, I try to create threat when there is already threat, like c6 is hanging. Yeah, I saw also a pawn as a pawn. Yeah, when I scan the position. What else? So the point, like here, in many variations, actually, there's the queen could come back to this way, this way, this way. I checked to come back to protect h7, like an example, queen f7, queen c1, queen h6 has to be checked, but I thought bc8 is just winning. No. Right? Yeah, bc8 is just winning. Yeah, that was idea. Yeah, and yeah, all these ways to protect and sacrifice the queen. Always check queen sacrifice as defensive tricks. All these diagonals are these diagonal in some variations. So if you see it initially, it's very easy to spot. And even this diagonal, I remember, were very, very important at some point. Yeah, and the right idea was bc2, like, oops, bc2, but it's not over, and then played rook g8. This is main defensive idea in the position which I missed, which is knight g6, queen f6, rook g7, and just c6. Simply win. This after I play it, I quickly could spot it. This diagonal just a piece. Yeah, and the funny point, probably missing point, yeah. I did not see this diagonal as attacking possibility for white. When I scan the position initially, it's very hard to imagine, oh, this diagonal can be attacking possibility, because it's kind of blocked by the pawn. But we need to see it. Yes, it's missing point. This diagonal is. I mean, if you see 4 pieces like pawn and 2 pieces on the diagonal, and there is a pin also, you need to see it's like attacking possibility. Queen can be on a5, on f6, and wherever else. We never know. Even see it on the h8 square. It's good if you see your pieces without limits, because when you have opportunity, you won't miss it. Otherwise, you simply will be blind about this. Yeah, and now bc2. Yeah, so yeah, bc2 and rook. Yeah, rook d1, rook g8 was played. Queen f5, g6, queen f6, rook d7, s6. And I remember this line like rook d1, queen f8, rook g8, and e7. Not b d1, yeah. b d1, yeah, and if takes, just e7 and win. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you could enjoy it. And what I'm just showing to you is not just to watch videos, to open puzzles and start to scan the positions, start to see this impossible, yes, diagonals without any obstacles on the way. And like this, you will see all the defensive tricks, like this one, were defensive defensive tricks. And also ask the question, why did not I see, like if you miss like me rook g8, yes, why didn't I see it, like this defensive idea to bring the rook closer to the king to blockade the fate in this way. Yeah, it's quite nice defensive resource. If you miss it, you simply lose the game. Okay, thank you so much. Hope you get some points. Wish you peace and happiness from Cambodia. Bye bye. So bye. Okay, stop share and video.